News and Observer High School sports editor J. Mike Blake is always on the go. So much so that his coworkers tease him when he's actually in the office.
Don't have to be in the office very often. My voicemails are actually emailed to me, so I don't have to really come in very often.
Instead, you're more likely to find him at a high school either in a press box or in the bleachers covering a game. In his 8+ years at the Raleigh-based newspaper, Blake's job has taken him to over 114 high schools. Through it all, his love of covering local athletes has not wavered, and neither has his passion for community journalism.
As my predecessor, Tim Stevens, used to say, you can't get more local than high school sports. And when people go to their local newspaper or the local websites, they want to have local news.
On an average day, Blake is typically editing others' work, covering breaking news, or planning ahead for future coverage. At night, he's usually out at a game. When covering an event, Blake typically makes notes, keeps stats, and tweets out updates. Afterwards, he interviews both players and coaches. Eventually, he begins to write his story, which is published soon thereafter online, and eventually in the physical paper. Green Hope High School boys basketball coach John Green said local publications like the NNO are providing an appreciated service when they cover high school athletics. Blake said his favorite stories to write are the ones that go beyond the games themselves and inform the community. The best example of that is a feature he wrote in 2010 on a blind wrestler from Apex High School who lost his vision when attacked by his father's pet tiger at the age of 3.
People at his school had no idea. People in the community had no idea.
The story made such a big impact that it was even picked up by the Associated Press.
It kind of is quintessential high school sports story because you have something that no one's sending out a press release to alert you of. You kind of have to be aware of it.
You can't get more local than that.